Honor and respects, luz y progreso. This is Sancista Brujo Luis. Today I'm going to be talking about cheap alternative to incense burners. Now a lot of people have seen this jarro or this jar on my videos in the background and asked me where did I get this? I picked this up at a flea market, literally for $10. It was beautiful, and I said, wow, I just can't let it pass. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I just got to take it home. And it's got this bird and all these beautiful colors, which is symbol of all the spirits, all the various colors of the spirits. So anyways, when I brought it home, I said, oh my God, this would be perfect as an incense burner. So what I use it for, and I picked this up at a flea market for $10. Literally, I just... the stick incense, any stick incense. And what I do is with key rings, I hang it right there. But since I lose all key rings, of course, I'm using tape right now. But this was something that I picked up. I've seen incense bottles, okay, that you can pick up at a store, at a hippie store. Those are good, but those are a little expensive. See, I stick it through this hole right here, and it disperses the incense through the house amazingly. So this is just an incense burner that I use in the house. But today I want to talk about various other cheap alternative to incense burners that you can use in your spiritual and in your magical workings. Today on Sancista Brujo Luis. And I love all the colors because it represents all the ancestral spirits. And it disperses the smoke throughout the house nicely. So in my lifetime, I've had hundreds of incense burners, literally. Many I've given away as gifts. You know, people, friends who need an incense burner, I've given them away. Wait, I didn't show you. This has the sun and the moon right there. Really beautiful. This was one of my happiest finds. I think it was made in Mexico. Beautiful bird right there. And I know I'm getting distracted. It's made out of terracotta, and I just picked this up for $10, like I said, at a flea market. So anyways, in my lifetime, I've had hundreds and hundreds of incense burners. Many I've lost in nature, many I've given away. And so I want to show you cheap alternatives for incense burners, because incense burners can get very expensive. Like I said, you can find the old wine bottles with a hole. Those are expensive, and you can pick those up at a hippie shop or a smoke shop. Those seem to be a little expensive. My latest one is this one. I picked this one up at a Greek shop here in, I think it was Ipswich, Massachusetts. It was a Greek religious shop, and right here is where you put your charcoal. You want to make sure that before you put your lit charcoal, you want to put something so that the heat, because this can get very hot. Okay, so what I do is I like to save all my incense, there's a reason why I save my incense, but you can use your incense. Don't throw away your ashes. Ashes are so important, but this will help so that when you are burning incense, it absorbs the heat from the metal. Now this one was one, you can see, you can make a mess, but this is one that I just picked up at a Greek shop here in Ipswich. You put the charcoal and you put the incense. This one cost me $22. And I like it, but I want to keep this in my altar for my spirits. I've also, in my videos, you have seen, maybe you've seen little metal pot like this. I think I picked this up, and I use this for burning incense and also for burning fire, burning things that I need to burn. I picked this up at a Haitian Botanica. You can use any aluminum pot that you choose. Okay, it doesn't have to be that expensive. And this one I like to use outside. Okay, I'm going to show you other things that I've seen people do. I've seen people, so I always save my ashes from any incense that I burn. okay? I use them a lot in my spiritual work, and I also use it for burning incense. And so what I do is I take some of my ashes that I've saved throughout the years, because this absorbs the heat, okay? Then I light my charcoal, and I place it on top of here, and then make sure it's completely lit, of course, and then I add my resin, my incense. But the ashes will absorb any heat, okay? So don't throw away your ashes. Also, you can use this in spiritual work for blessing. Remember that all your prayers and all your intentions, when you light incense, it stays in the ashes, and you will see ashes used in many religious traditions. You will see it in Catholicism, Ash Wednesday. Hinduism, they save their ashes. Japanese cultures. So save those ashes. You can use this to create circles around the house for protection. You can use this to anoint, sprinkle on charms, make crosses on your body to protect yourself. Sprinkle on talismans or amulets. All the prayers and all your intentions, when you light an incense and you burn, it goes into the heaven, and all that energy stays in the ashes. So save those ashes. Don't throw them away. You can see many years I've had of saving ashes. So I've been to many countries around the world. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Venezuela. Of course, I've been to my island, Puerto Rico. Many spiritual people in those areas cannot afford something as expensive. Well, this one's not expensive, okay? So this one was $22, but some of these incense burners can get very pricey, very expensive. So I've seen them use many things. One thing that I've seen a lot is they save old coffee cans or tuna cans, and I've seen them drill holes within. They drill 3 or 4 holes within the can, and they put chains, and then they fill this up with ashes or dirt, and they put the charcoal, and what they do is they swing it. I've seen that. I've also seen them use empty tuna cans like this, and what they do is they put it on top of here. They put the charcoal on top of here, the lit charcoal, and they always have a plate, and then they just pass the incense around. Okay, so you could do it this way, or if you're creative and if you got a few chains, you can drill some holes in that coffee can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some chains, and then you have a swinging incense burner. And I've seen this used a lot in Venezuela. I've seen it used in the Dominican Republic, and of course in Puerto Rico. I've seen older espiritistas use this as well for incense burning. Not only have I seen cans used as incense burners. In Colombia, when I was in Colombia, I went to Medellin. I remember this lady using an aceitera, and I'll show you pictures there, a grease dispenser. They put chains on it, they drill some chains, and they use that as their incense burner. Okay, so there's many items that you can find, and you can find the Imusa grease dispenser at a local market. If there's a big Hispanic community around you, it is perfect for, you can hold it in your hand and just pass it around. Okay, Puerto Rico, I remember I saw women using ladles, literally big ladles like this, and what they would do is they would fill this up with maybe some rice or some dirt, and again they would put the lit charcoal, then they would add the incense, and they would pass it around to cleanse you know, the home or the house. And as you can see, this one has a wooden ladle, but I took it off because it's just long. But you can see, you can just move it around, make crosses, make symbols, you know, just to cleanse and purify. So I've seen this also in Puerto Rico. All the espiritistas even use ladles as an incense burner. So there's many alternatives for incense burners, but I want to show you something that I just picked up at a shop. I was picking up some things and I found this and I said, what can I use this for? Then my mind started stirring and I realized what I could use it for. So I was at a local shop just picking up some supplies for the house, and I came across this thing, and they had various different sizes. This one cost me like $4. I'm sorry, I've got ashes all over the place. And this is called a Turkish Warmer, and I guess it's for warming up probably milk and coffee or whatever. And it cost me like $4, and I said, what could I use this for? And I said, wow, I can use this for it, because this is supposed to be heat resistant. And I said, wow, I can use this as an incense burner, because I tend to lose a lot of incense burners, especially when I take them out in nature. So I'm going to try it out, but you can see, you can hold it and just pass it around. And so I'm going to try it out. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill it up with my ashes. Well, not fill it up, but get enough of my ashes. Please save your ashes. I always tell people, just save those ashes. All your prayers, all your intentions, all your desires, it goes up into the smoke, but it stays in the ashes. And you see ashes used in Catholicism, Ash Wednesday. I mentioned Hinduism, in Japanese cultures, in shamanic cultures, where they use the ashes to sprinkle around the house, outside of the house, for to create a barrier of protection. On charms, on talismans, they fill reguardos, mojo bags with them. So save that ashes. So here I have my incense charcoal, and I'm making sure that it is completely ignited. A lot of people make the mistake that they turn on the charcoal and then they put it in. You have to make sure that it completely is red all the way before you put resins, because it will just ruin your charcoal. So make sure it's completely ignited. Then I'm going to put it carefully inside whatever this thing is. You know your charcoal is fully lit when you see it red all around. You can blow on it just to make sure. When it's red, it is completely red. It is ready to go into your incense burner. In case anybody asks me, you need to use a charcoal that is made for burning incenses. Okay, there's many brands out there, and they're not very expensive. This one cost me like $1, but I'll show you a few brands in picture. But you can see it is completely red. Now it is time for me to add my resins. So I pulled out of various incenses, resins that I have. Couldn't find my amber or dragon's blood. This is one that I made, oro y plata. But what I'm going to use is just 3 Kings incense, Reyes Mago. Now all you need to do is take a teaspoon, and you don't need to put too much. A lot of people add too much. So all you want is just a little bit, and you're going to put it on your charcoal. You put too much and you're just going to, this is actually too much. Just a little bit, and put it on top of your charcoal. If you put too much, you're going to get too much smoke, and that's a mistake that a lot of people do. So a little goes a long way. I'm going to put it carefully on my charcoal. Okay, so now that I got it on my charcoal, you can see it burning. And I just want to show you. Look at that. It works perfectly. Look at how much smoke that is. Okay, and of course I can use this, I can make circles, I can make crosses, symbols if I wanted to. I'm going to show you it. I can pass it through the house. So, like you see, for protection, and it works perfectly. I can't believe how perfect this works. And it is cool, it's not hot on the hands. And if I had a client, I can pass this through their aura, and you can see it works perfectly. So there's a lot of things. I mean, I lose so many incense burners out in nature when I take them out, or if I go to a client's house to cleanse their house. Sometimes I leave things, and this only cost me $3. And look at that. It works perfect. Okay, so I mean, you can spend $30, $40, $50 on an incense burner if you choose. You don't have to. This cost me $3. And I'll show you the name of what it is again. Take a picture of it. Forgot what it's called, but look at that. If I lose this, it's only $3. I can go pick up another one because they had a whole bunch. This is Sancista Brujo Luis. I hope you enjoyed this video. Santo Sanse. Leave a comment down below if there's any other forms of incense burners that you may use. Sancista Brujo Luis. If I had a client and I'm cleansing them, I could pass it over their aura. Sancista Brujo Luis. Save your ashes. Before I go anywhere, I want to show you, look at this, no mess. Literally, I'm like surprised. And I save my ashes because incense is a messy thing. Ashes get everywhere, and it just, all your ashes stay right there until you're ready to put it away and store it. And this is called a Turkish Warmer. Calentador Turco. This is the best $3. Look at this. It's cool to the touch. Can't go wrong. This is Sancista Brujo Luis signing off again. Santo Sanse. Necessity, what's it say? Necessity is the mother of invention. La necesidad es la madre de la inventación. And this works perfect. Especially for outside. I don't have to worry if I leave it behind or if I leave it in a client's house. It was only $3. Santo Sanse.